Have you ever found yourself saying something like, I just don't feel like myself anymore? Not because anything dramatic happened and nothing major has changed, just because something feels off. You're functioning, you're getting up and you're getting things done. People probably don't even notice. They probably think you're fine. However, inside, it's a different story. Something feels disconnected. Something feels heavier than it used to, and something feels like it just doesn't fit anymore. Today, I want to suggest that maybe something I'm going to share is incredibly freeing. What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if it's simply that something doesn't fit anymore? We often assume the problem is us. Women are so good. We are so good at self criticism. We are so good at blaming ourselves. I just need to be more disciplined. I just need to get it together. I just need to fill in the blank. We assume that because we feel off, we're failing. We become fixers instead of observers. In functional medicine, when people come to me with different symptoms like anxiety, insomnia, digestive issues, fatigue, I don't look at those as problems. I don't look at them as the enemy. They are clues. I call myself a super sleuth. I'm a detective. I'm looking for the underlying imbalance. Emotional and spiritual things, those discomforts, they often work in very much the same way. Our feeling off is information. It's not a condemnation. It's a clue. And we need to start looking at what might be off. Misalignment often happens when we grow. We are not the same women that we were 5 years ago, 20 years ago. Life changes us. Our experiences, they shape us. We change when we have loss. Motherhood, becoming a wife, changes us. Leadership, being successful, changes us. Healing changes us. Even those great, wonderful things, they change us. But sometimes we continue to live in a pattern that fit the old season of our lives, the person that we used to be. They belonged in that season, but maybe they don't belong in this season. Those are old expectations. Those are old roles. Those are old definitions of success, even ways of saying yes. And eventually, our life no longer reflects our inner reality. That tension that we feel, that tug and pull inside of us, that's what we call feeling off. Something is not aligned. The great thing is that awareness always needs to proceed before change. It needs to come before change. Our culture loves quick fixes. We roll up to the drive-in, we ask for our coffee, we call 911, whatever. We need a fix. But our awareness is really what needs to come first because we can't align with what we haven't even recognized. We don't even know it's there. So clarity comes before transformation. That's why I encourage women not to rush. That's why I myself has slowed down. I have begun to spend time becoming curious and noticing so much better than being critical. And I started to ask different questions. I started asking better questions like, what makes me peaceful? What makes me heavy? What gives me life? What constantly drains me? Where do I feel most like myself? Where do I feel like I'm performing? That's a big one. Where am I holding myself to a standard that's unrealistic? Some examples of misalignment might be things like staying in rhythms that no longer fit the season that you're in now, saying yes before you consider that you might not even have the capacity to do what you've said yes to, constantly feeling emotionally tired, feeling disconnected from your body, like you don't belong in your own skin, making decisions that look right, except they don't bring you peace, living for everyone else's expectations and feeling successful, but completely unfulfilled. You're functioning well, but you're not flourishing. Instead of asking, what's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? How am I failing? How about if we start asking more gentle questions? How about what no longer fits? That question changes us. It changes everything and it shifts us. It shifts us from shame, which is the lowest vibration, into curiosity. It shifts us from judgment into awareness. And we move from fixing to listening because awareness isn't passive and it's not gentle submission. It is brave and it is courageous. What if we slow down long enough to really, really listen? What would your body tell you? What would your emotions tell you? What would your thoughts tell you? And what would your calendar reveal to you? What relationships give you peace and what relationships no longer give you peace? Where have you outgrown the old version of yourself? And most importantly, what is God inviting you into? What is He asking you to take a step of faith and start to look at? What is He drawing your heart towards? Well, I would love you to think about something. If this resonated with you, all these questions, if they stirred something inside of you, I have created an alignment check that I'm going to provide the link to below. It is just a set of reflective questions. It says, maybe something's off. And if you start to notice something off, then I would love for you to download that, to answer the questions, and see if maybe that would be something that would entice you to want to step into a further conversation with me. Remember, you don't have to fix everything today. You don't have to fix everything this week. You have to take one step at a time, one step at a time, just noticing where things are out of alignment, staying curious, asking more challenging, courageous questions of yourself. Things like what no longer fits. Where do things feel like they're just not where they should be, where they don't belong? I would love to take this journey with you. And I invite you to come with me each week as I share, as we move through these awareness concepts and where things might be out of aligned. I will see you next week.